friends, and welcome to episode 194 of The Rewind, a podcast dedicated to keeping its listeners on the cutting edge of the MMORPG Pantheon Rise of the Fallen. Hey there! Look at you! How cool are you for listening to us? Draq and I think you are the best for continuing to listen, even in this time of minimal information. Thank you so much for being here. In this month of my birth, we've decided to go on a membership campaign in celebration of the reason you listen to this show, me. We want an average of 5 new members of any level, 1 a week for the Saturdays in May. Follow the link below to our Patreon, or become a YouTube member and pick the level that's right for you. I would love the opportunity to roast your top 5 list at the end of our show. It's gonna be May! Lastly, even in this lull in news, we still have so many angry people in the Discord to discuss and are far funnier than boring VR news. We hope you continue to join us each week as we make our way to the 200th episode of The Rewind. It should be a real tearjerker. Mostly because Drax's farts stink so bad they make you cry. Now, on with the show!
The party trudged along a dusty road, the endless horizon stretching before them. The sun beat down mercilessly, and the wind offered no relief. Anton Dovydaitis, the Darkmere Shaman Glyphkeeper, trudged forward with a weary sigh. I miss the forest, he muttered, his long cloak trailing behind him. Churrodude, the Gnome Summoner, fidgeted with his staff, looking around at the flat landscape. I should have brought more snacks. Or a book. Kalarok, the Dwarf Paladin, kicked a rock, sending it skittering across the road. At least we're not fighting anything, he grumbled, clearly unenthused by the peaceful stretch of road. Eliv, the Halfling rogue, did a quick stretch and glanced at the others. Anyone want to race to the next landmark? Anything to break the monotony? Ziplox, the Darkmere rogue, was silent, his eyes scanning the horizon, looking for any excuse to do something exciting. I'd rather be ambushing a caravan. Annoying Llama, the human monk, jumped up, flexing his muscles. I'm just gonna start doing flips and somersaults. Can't let all this energy go to waste. Screech, the Skar bard, strummed a dull chord on his lute. I could sing something, but no promises that it'll lift your spirits. Archbishops, the Dwarf Paladin, raised an eyebrow. Let's just keep moving. Boredom is our worst enemy right now. Dwimble, the Gnome rogue, glanced back at the group. I vote we start a prank war. Whoever makes the best prank gets a gold coin. And so, with boredom threatening to take over, the party found themselves with one goal: to survive the tedium of the long road ahead.
This week in Visionary Realms News and Notes.
You know what, Draq? Nothing I love more than some dick and fart jokes.
Whoa! I start the news section, sir.
My bad.
You don't get to supplant me in that. This is my podcast. I make the rules.
Sorry to take your thunder, Sir Draculonius of Fart Apopolis.
Oh my God. I don't know what has gotten into you this week, but this is not normal.
It's my birth month. It's a celebration of me.
You're starting to sound like my wife. You don't get a birth month, okay? You get 1 day. You don't get 30 days.
Okay, well, no, I get 30 days. No, that's accurate.
No, that's what my wife says too.
Yeah, extra spicy. Extra spicy in May.
All right, well, let's get to what little VR news and notes there is. And by news, what we really mean is spicy Discord posts by the community.
They've been real good this week, too. Like, I've been very happy with what they've put out this week. I'm ready to discuss.
You can totally get yourself on the rewind by just making a spicy post on Discord and letting Vendini know.
I think that's everyone's hope and dream is to be on the rewind because they're spicy posts that some do make sense and are great, and some are just absolute terrible that I love to make fun of. So let's see what we got here this week, Drag.
It's real bad. All right. Well, we start with a little rogue anger.
A shocker.
I
They're
know.
always angry.
I know they're always angry. They're like the Hulk.
They're even angry when they are the top DPS. So now that they're not anymore, let's see what they have to say.
Yeah, well, that's pretty much the long and the short of it. Rogues are angry because they don't do DPS chart topping numbers anymore.
That's because minus doesn't work for VR anymore.
I mean, that was pretty much the death knell of the rogues. You lost your ace in the hole. Minus is gone, so rogues, sorry, you're kind of a secondary class now.
Yeah, you need a new Lorax, someone that speaks for the trees.
Also, though, I just want to bring up the fact that, like, in the middle of this post, there was like 3 or 4 people that were like, look, you're just playing your class wrong. You need to not do poisons. You need to do bleeds instead, and you'll be fine. You'll still do lots of DPS. So, you know, I realize that not every aspect of the rogue class is perfect, but take a look at the wizard and cry me a river. But like, you also kind of have to know what the heck you're doing. And maybe before you create giant complaint fests on the official Discord, maybe you should ask somebody. I don't know, something.
No, Drek, I just click buttons and I am the best.
All right, well, then probably you should go play Rogue.
Why would I when I get to play the best class in Pantheon right now?
Yeah, that's true. Well, you know what class you shouldn't play?
I can take a guess.
And that would be the Enchanter.
Yeah, that was my number 1, 2, and 3 guess. If there was a top 5 classes not to play in Pantheon, it would be like your ranch dressing list where all 5 would be Enchanter.
Enchanters. To be fair, this Enchanter post has way more validity than the Rogue post. Rogues are fine. Like, you guys have lots of utility. You do lots of DPS. You've
been fleshed out forever.
Dude.
You've been fleshed out well before EA, so get out.
The second class basically to be fleshed out no, maybe third, but second or third class to be fleshed out was Rogues. And you've been good for a long time. Enchanters, on the other hand, it's a little rough. It's a little rough.
They're like, until the Warrior got their love a couple weeks ago, they were number 2 to the Warrior, but now the Warrior's in good place.
Yeah, I would say right now at this moment that they are the class in most of need of something. They just, other than making the Wizard look good, they don't bring tons of stuff to the table. Now, granted, we have GuloGulo.
Yeah.
And he makes the Enchanter look amazing.
Yes.
Right? And he's more skillful than probably the rest of us combined. Maybe minus Venditti. But
I think it does help that we've all played together for...
And we've all played together.
A long time. Over a year. Maybe even over 2 now at this point.
So we make the Enchanter work, and I feel like we get a lot of value out of it.
Oh, we definitely do. We do not want a group without an Enchanter. They've got the crack. The crack alone is worth it.
Well, but we also have a group that's heavily casters, right? Our pug is heavy on the casters. We don't have any melee DPS at all. Well,
Mr. C.
Mr. C's melee DPS. But we have a mage, we have a healer, and we have the wizard, right? Those are all heavy magic using classes.
In Pantheon, we call it a summoner.
Summoner. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're definitely welcome.
Anyway, I feel like Enchanters do need a little love. And there is a point to be made that if you're pug and an Enchanter, why would a group want you? Why would you risk having a pug Enchanter come to your group when you could just invite a wizard and it's probably going to be better?
I don't know. That sweet, sweet mana regen is so good to just keep things moving along. The XP bonus that you get for being able to just continue on and not having to take any breaks, I think makes a huge difference.
Yeah, pugs don't really think about killing per second. You know, that's not really their deal.
They just want to live.
They just want to live. They're not really measuring it out that way. So I think that pugs are probably underestimating Enchanters. Again, I sympathize a little bit with this Discord post. I think Enchanters need a little love. Probably if you put Charm in, that would probably fix a lot of these problems. Just something for them to do. They need a little something, some way to do DPS, some way to be involved in the group other than what they got going on right now. if there's no spells to interrupt and there's no spells to spell steal, and you've cleared an area and you have things on a smooth rotation, it gets real boring being the enchanter.
Also, you're forgetting the biggest aspect that needs to be fixed for the enchanter to be good, and that is damage shields. Are you kidding me, VR? How could a mezzed mob hit my damage shield and unmez itself? Get out with that.
That's so
that
bad.
has to be fixed.
So bad.
If that is not fixed ASAP, and this has been plaguing for a while, and we've given you ample time to fix it, it needs to be fixed now. You are just killing the enchanter class by not having charm and not letting them do their job. They have no ability to do their job because everyone's got a damage shield. The shaman has a damage shield. The summoner has a damage shield. Or no, it's the druid that has a damage shield. Sorry, not the shaman. I keep mixing up what Vendini's playing. My stupid shield has a damage shield on it. I can't even get rid of damage shield anymore. So now you have completely denutted my enchanter, GuloGulo, who is definitely one of the best we've played with in a long time. And I don't appreciate it. So VR, please hear my plea and fix this damage shield bug that you've got going on. It's got to go. It is ruining gameplay.
Yeah, it's rough. It's real rough when you try to mez 3 things and then all of a sudden they're not mezzed, and then it's like, what the heck happened? Who screwed up? And then you realize like nobody screwed up. It's just damage shields are going off. And I even have a damage shield.
Oh yeah, that's right. Everyone has a damage shield.
He's got a free. I just don't use mine because like I got too much other stuff going on.
And you would never cast it.
Oh, it's on such a short cooldown. I just don't. Yeah, it's again, my utility bar is like prime real estate. The wizard utility bar is prime real estate. The regular cast bar, I got like 4 spells on it, but the utility bar, like that's where all the good stuff is.
Yeah, sounds like you guys need a revamp.
Yeah, I got no room for any other wonky utility damage shield spells. I got important stuff on the utility bar.
Man, we got to get this limited action bar under control. It's not good.
Indeed.
Some things are too limited and some things are not limited enough.
I don't know. We'll get there, I guess.
Fix the damage shield.
Speaking of getting there, did you know that the Ash Breather dungeon is in the game, in Silent Plains, right now?
I did hear this rumor of a new place to go to if you were low to mid 30s and wanted to hate yourself for skeletons not being undead and lots of funny things like that. We should go sometime.
We're not quite good on the level.
Well, maybe
soon, but also it's real rough.
Yeah.
The reports that we're getting from the testers, should we call them advanced testers, or is that an insult? I'm not sure. But anyway,
no, we do not do that. There are no more advanced testers.
But the reports that we're getting on the Discord,
all the t-shirts were burned,
is that yay, content's good. We love that.
Content
we love that
good.
You're putting in content. Thank you for adding dungeons. This is an in-zone dungeon, kind of like Hangor. Yay, content, but also it's real rough. There's lots of stuff being stuck in the floors. There's lots of bugs.
So the norm.
Apparently, there's only really two or three different looking types of mobs, and only a couple of different classes between the mobs.
What does that even mean? There's all the werewolves look the same. What do you want?
It's just like, at least,
come on, Vandrad. I know you're here to complain.
At least the werewolves had like 4 or 5 different classes, right? They did different things.
That's only 2 or 3 more than what they've got now in this new place.
When you put it that way, it doesn't make me feel real great about the werewolf place.
Well, also that you're right. You're not wrong. At least they're not warping through caves and around mountains and stuff to just fly out of nowhere. They have to path the proper way.
Maybe it's good. Maybe we need, another month or 2 to get up to the level, and then maybe VR will smooth this thing out.
Kind of right there. I think maybe 2 more weeks and we should be there. Maybe.
I don't think that's enough time. We're going to give it a while to bake.
Okay. Well, they got a lot of stuff to fix while they're still working on getting classes together. So we'll just let them do their thing for a little while. and hopefully by the time we get there, it'll be great.
It'll be great.
And there's not going to be any ravaging once you got stunned and just instant kill the tanks all the time.
It's going to be fantastic.
There's always growing pains with those dungeons, right? Like that's the norm. Things get stuck in the floor. That's the norm of every new zone that comes in. Can't believe they haven't squashed that bug yet, that little evade bug.
Yeah.
They've had to squish 1,000 times over and it's still popping up.
Here's my thing. Like, I'm all for these outdoor dungeons, but why couldn't we just make them zones? Why? I feel like we run into lots of issues with
why
things being stuck in floors. Hangor has mobs to this day that are still stuck on ledges everywhere you go. Why did we have to do this? Why wouldn't it have been easier to make it a zone and then build it so you couldn't exploit it? The seamless zone thing does not seem to be working in their favor.
Well, that's unfortunately the vision of the people that are making the game. So deal with it, Draq.
All right.
No zones.
Speaking to deal with it.
Yeah.
This is a fantastic post and I love every second of it. Titled Feedback for the Feedbackers.
This is the post of the week. Like if we had an award, we should make an award while we are informationless from VR and having to do Discord posts. We should make a post of the week award. And maybe we'll make a fancy bumper for it. Post of the week. This is it, though. This is by far the post of the week.
Well, Evil, I want to make sure to call him out. Evil, you did a fantastic job. So basically, it goes a little something like this. And if any of this sounds familiar, it's because it is. Because we've been saying this on the Rewind for a while now.
Sorry to repeat ourselves, but this is someone else's words.
Yeah,
now.
This is someone else's words now. Number one, let me just sum up point number one. Why do we allow posts on the Discord that directly attack and are rude to VR? Why do we allow that?
Great question.
That's a great question. Why, seriously, it should just be shut down. People's posting privileges should be taken away for a week. You don't have to ban them or suspend them, but just take their privileges away for a week and then move on. But we shouldn't continue to see big old long posts where people are just being rude.
I do wish that they would take them down because new people that come in, not that we're having huge influx of new people at this moment.
We don't need them to see that. You want to talk about bursting their bubble. Holy crap.
This is why Joppa doesn't stream anymore, is for posts exactly like this. Like he was tired of dealing with this exact mentality of gamer and has stopped streaming. And now all the content creators around Pantheon don't have anything to create because there's no content. These patches are not huge. There's no news coming from VR. We had Joppa and he got it from both sides. He got it from the gamers and he got it from internal people that didn't like having to repeat themselves or correct Joppa for saying one thing when it actually is the other. So I get it. There's reasons on both sides, but this is just ridiculous. Why are we hating? This has never been a community of hate other than, some really stupid idiots that are not here or have left the game or whatever. But the mass community, the people that got called the Pantheon cultists, where we were so Pantheon positive and let them get away with anything. And this has always been a positive community. We've held VR to their word, but we also don't attack them if something goes wrong. We know that things go wrong. It's just the nature of the beast of this game.
And so much more crap went wrong in when we were new to the game than what's going on right now. This is...
Game's in a great place,
is
comparatively.
Small, class balance crap. We didn't even know if it was going to make it.
Right. Just be a little kinder.
Be nice.
I'm literally preaching to the choir here because our community is, for the most part, good people. Looking at you, just let me play the damn game. And and just be a little kinder.
Be respectful.
Be a little kinder.
You can be respectful.
Yeah.
You can disagree and be respectful. We try to do that. We desperately try.
VR doesn't come down to where you work and slap the dick out of your mouth.
All right. Speaking of, never mind. I'm not going to say that.
Oh, so
Why
good.
do we allow incorrect information to remain on the Discord? This is such a great point.
The post shouldn't have to be deleted. It should be redacted and corrected. Black out all the stuff that is wrong and then replace it with all the correct stuff. This should be one of the new, I don't know, what are they calling them? No longer sacred servants, or the sacred servants are their own
Sacred
thing,
servants.
Yeah, well, what are the new ones? The new people.
Hold on. Let me.
Doesn't matter.
Let me blip over to the Pantheon Discord.
One of those things that Benonai is.
We got lots of different stuff right now. We have a sacred sage. We have a sacred steward. And we have a sacred understudy.
Yeah. Any one of those should be redacting. It should be their job to redact stupidity and correct the posts as they are.
Right. No, and my favorite part of his post, Evil's post, I'm assuming it's a he. Sorry if it's not. Is that he gives examples. He likes examples.
Just lights people
and he's just
Love
like,
it.
Here's a post where it's clearly posting information that's 100 completely percent wrong. So good.
And then, of course, that person comes back and claps back at him.
He's the first comment on the post. Is like,
you're using stuff I talked about a month ago that was right at the time, but it's wrong now. Well,
so good, so good.
I love it.
I am here for all of it.
I am too. I love all this. This is why this is the post of the week.
And it keeps getting better. It keeps getting better.
I know he keeps
Number
going.
3.
So
this is my favorite one. Why do we allow posts that directly contradict tenets of the game? Yes.
This is a big one. There's no way to even correct this. This is just stupid. You got to let it go. This is something I agree that just needs to be deleted. You clearly don't get the game. You don't understand any part of the lore or why we are creating this game, or I don't want to say Brad's vision, but you know what? VR's vision.
Oh, dropped a VR vision.
Yeah, I'm not going cringe and going Brad's vision. I'm going not cringe, and it's VR's vision. So, yeah, take that. It should just be deleted. If you're going to say something so stupid that it's against every part of the game's core bones, that's deleted. Deleted.
Yeah, and then of course, as you said before, immediately the haters jumped all over this post, and they're just
I love it.
scrapping all over the post.
This is kind of in the same fashion of those people that were booted for duping and had to take it to the
and then
post.
they came back and posted on the Discord that
we didn't do anything wrong. Right.
That's why you're posting on the Discord and not just, messaging QA. Because
how about a simple, this was right back when I said it, it's wrong now and I've taken it down. How about that? Didn't do that. Left it up there for all the world to see your wrongness. It's fine. It's fine if you are too lazy to take down a post, but then you should be roasted for it, and take that. Just take it. Good job, Evil.
Good job, Evil. We appreciate you. Gold star for this week. Favorite poster on the official Discord for Static Group Live.
Poster of the week.
From the SGL Action News Desk, this is MMO News. Featuring your anchors, Draq and Daimlos.
Somebody get Nathan Napalm on the phone. We have a Camelot Unchained update.
Are you talking about the champion of Hibernia, Nathan Napalm?
The champion of Hibernia. We are the champions of Hibernia.
So good. Nathan's going to be so excited to be Hibernian again.
Hey, do you remember that one time when I got the chalice and I wielded the chalice of Hibernia for 15 15 minutes?
Yeah, I do. I do remember that.
That was so good.
It was pretty lame.
Anyway,
Yeah.
Camelot Unchained has gotten an update, and there's a video to go along with it, some graphic stuff, so we get to see some things. The main developer, Mark, what's his last name?
Zuckerberg?
No, it's not Zuckerberg. Seriously? Hold on, let me look. Hamill?
Let's just name a bunch of famous Marks. E. Mark and the Funky Bunch.
Marky Mark. Mark Jacobs had a little Twitch stream, a 20-minute Twitch stream where he told everybody how excited he was to release the video, and then 2 days after that, they released the video. The video's in the link below if you want to check it out, because you might have missed it. But Camelot Unchained is coming along. And it kind of looks Unity-ish.
Yeah, it's pretty good for whatever it is they're using, whatever they developed and created, and yeah, it looks good. Looks pretty good. Buildings look good. It's never gonna be huge towns that are well planned out. I mean, even the big towns never were big. Like, they just were functional, and then you got out in the open, and then eventually in the RVR area, and it was just a lot of open area, right? Like, it was never dense by any stretch of the imagination. It doesn't need to be. It just needs to be there, and people
You just
fighting.
need some castles to fight over. What's the problem?
Yeah, this is not.
So you like it? You think that this is gonna be?
I think that video looks cool. Like,
Yeah,
if
you like
I
it?
was at all interested in playing PvP RVR, I'd be down, but I'm not. So guess what? I'm not down.
Well, I kind of thought, maybe you might want to back, Camelot Unchained. Maybe you want to get in on this.
No. I've paid enough money to people. I'm good.
You've taken enough. You've pledged enough money to games that may not make it already in your life.
Yeah, I'm to the point where if the Patreons are not paying for my pledges and subscriptions, then I'm not playing it.
Until it's out. You gotta see it come out.
They've got to have some PvE stuff, right? There was always some in DAOC, and we played that for a while, and that was fun.
We didn't even, because at the time we were so dumb.
Well, we are dumb.
We didn't understand that it was a PvP game when we first started playing it. Or at least I didn't. I just thought, we knew PvP was in it.
Yeah.
But we didn't really understand that, this is a PvP focused game.
I feel like PvP is a dirty word for this game. Can we move forward saying RVR?
RVR. Yeah, whatever, right? And so we started out, and the first 6 months that we played this game, we didn't kill anybody.
Yeah.
All we did was what we did in EverQuest. We played it exactly like EverQuest. We had a static group. We got together on different days, and we crushed dungeons and content and quests and everything else. And it was a fun game when you played it like that. It was fun. Yep. Yeah, and we had a blast. And we were proud for our realm. And then one day, we got pretty high level, and then somebody sent us a tell. It's like, hey, the Midgards are attacking our castle. You want to come help us? And we're like, well, I guess we're better than nobody. And so
turns out quite the opposite.
Barely better than nobody.
In fact, nobody probably would have been better.
I mean, at least if nobody was there, they wouldn't be getting badges for killing people.
At least I was the rogue that could be invisible that didn't help me any. I just died.
Dude, I was just the druid that had no defense against everything and just got raffle stomped anytime anybody saw me anywhere.
And then, of course, the Sparrow, the greatest Sparrow of all time, was the number one Sparrow on the server, Hibernia Sparrow.
Dude, and he would tell us about his statistics all the time. Yeah. I'm the number 3 ranked Sparrow on the server, and my EP cannot be contained.
My spear couldn't be any longer and girthier.
I think you should cut all this out because that's a little too much insider.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Girthy Spear is hilarious. That's staying in.
All right. Well, so that kind of leaves us with Camelot Unchained. We're happy you got an update, but we're not getting excited, and we're definitely not rushing to play it. And maybe we'll try it when it comes out.
And then we cue to one of those SpongeBob SquarePants segues where it says, 12 years later, welcome to episode 743 of The Rewind.
Wait, I got a real question for you.
Yeah.
Camelot Unchained comes out first, or Pantheon comes out first? Oh, come on. Oh, come on.
Well, each day brings us nowhere closer to the 2-year release of Pantheon Rise of the Fallen.
You're so bad. You're so bad.
5,
Draq, I'm so disappointed in you.
4,
Luckily, every week I dominate this list and just destroy Dymos.
3,
I thought you would just tuck your head between,
No
your butt
way.
cheeks.
No, my list is
And
amazing.
It's not at all.
2,
Oh, already your list is the worst. Your list is the worst.
1.
Dymos, this is 2 weeks in a row where I despise your top 5 list. I just can't even handle it.
I feel like that's 2025, or maybe just May. May is the month for me.
Why are
And
you
all my lists are gonna be bad for you because it's my birth month.
why are you poking me with your top 5 list? Like, what did I do to you? I thought we were friends.
Well, you hated Jack Black, so that's step one.
Well,
We'll see how you do with this one.
Another thing that I'm sure I'm going to get mercilessly teased about, and it's going to be forever in Static Group Live lore, is I don't like sandwiches.
How is this even possible? This is right up there with not liking Jack Black. This is about as un-American as you can get. You love Jack Black and you love sandwich shops. This is America.
No.
These things must happen in your life to be a real American. And Dorothy Lynch to be a real Nebraskan.
Yeah, I know. I'm a rebel. I'm a rebel before
That's
my
it.
time.
That's
Yep.
got to be it. Yep.
That's gotta be it. Well, speaking of what's it, why don't you tell the people what the top 5 is?
This week's top 5 is the top 5 sandwich chains. And I did put a stipulation on this that it had to be in at least 2 states, which means it can't just be your local yokel sandwich shop. It had to be like a larger chain, for example, Subway. All right, let's hear that number 5, Drag.
All right, now you're gonna have to bear with me on
I'm
my
not
top.
gonna have to. The fact
You're
that you
gonna
have to
give-
preface your number 5 is absolute bunk. Like I can't believe this.
You can't believe
I-
what fell.
I like how we pretend that we don't see each other's lists while we're doing this,
But you see it.
but I'm looking at
You
it.
know what it is.
It's so bad. It's so bad.
All right. Well, you, the audience, you, the untainted, stay with me. Number 5, sandwich franchise Taco Bell.
Oh,
Why? Because it has the Crunch Wrap Supreme. You have the burrito with the hard taco on the inside and then the meat and all the other good stuff on the inside. It is a sandwich. That being a sandwich then makes Taco Bell a sandwich chain, and that's why it's number 5.
okay, Drac, great. This is such a great number 5 that you've put together.
I know it's a great
And
number 5.
Taco Bell is definitely one of the best sandwich places of all time.
It is.
You're
And
so dumb.
I'm glad that you have recognized it.
You're such an idiot. And you've chosen to pick Taco Bell, which is definitely not a sandwich place. It's not even Mexican food. It's just American versions of Mexican food.
I would argue that Taco Bell is more a sandwich place than it is a Mexican place.
So this is 1, not a sandwich, 2, not a sandwich shop, 3, not a sandwich, 4, I'm just so unbelievably disappointed in you. You had such a good bad list last week to come back and have a bad list this week.
So I don't even get the opportunity to have a good list. I just get to have the opportunity to have a good bad list.
Some of your lists are okay.
All right. Well, speaking of your okay list, why don't we have a look at your number 5?
All right. So number 5 for me is Jimmy John's. The reason that I like Jimmy John's so much is a little bit of their history. This was a franchise, and it's since changed, unfortunately, but this was a franchise that bucked the trend of Burger King, which is have it your way right away. That is bullshit. The fact that Burger King made this slogan and made this like whole thing where however you wanted your burger or what chicken sandwich or whatever, you get it any way you want. If you want to substitute whatever or make it whatever, this is not efficient. Jimmy John's used to never do that stuff. You could subtract things, like if you didn't want tomato on your sandwich, fine, we won't put tomato on it. But you can't sub the tomato for another vegetable. Like that just didn't happen. You said the sandwich, you said what you didn't want on it, and that was that. And I loved it. I love that about Jimmy John's. That's how Jimmy John's was freaky fast and freaky good, because they didn't deal with any of the customers' bullshit. And that, as someone who's worked in customer service for a very long time, is a treat to the customer service worker. Now, that being said, here we are 20 years later since it arrived in Omaha, and I still like the bread. The sandwiches are still relatively the same and good. I've since changed my favorite sandwich from time to time. It used to be the gargantuan. Now I really like the Beach Club because it has a little avocado, a little turkey. It's delicious. Freaky fast, freaky good. None of the customers bullshit.
I'm sorry I fell asleep during that 8-minute diatribe about...
Well, someone's got to talk about sandwiches because we're certainly not fucking talking about tacos, Draq.
Speaking about not talking about sandwiches, let's get to my number 4.
Please.
Which is, of course, Costco. Because Costco is in more than 2 states and does serve sandwiches and also hot dogs and chicken bakes, which are scrumdiddlyumptious.
Am I going to sigh after literally every one of these things
You
that you announce?
Your patience with me may run out before this episode is over.
No one is denying that the Costco food place is scrumdiddlyumptious. I agree with you. It's cheap. It's good. It's everything that America is. But it is not a sandwich place. This is not a place.
If you put Costco chicken bake or Jimmy John's as what I want to go get to eat, it's Costco chicken bake every single time.
Have you forgotten about the sanctity of the top 5? Have you just thrown the sanctity out the window?
I'm trying to work with you here. I hate sandwiches.
Who hates sandwiches? Okay, number 4 is Pickleman's. A lot of you may have not heard this. This is in about 4 or 5 states in the Midwest. Dwimble, there is one in Dallas. So get your ass over to Dallas and enjoy some Pickleman's. They make classic sandwiches. They're a little pricey, but they're also a little quite more quality than a place like Subway or Jimmy John's. And they put it on real bread too, which I appreciate. Don't get me wrong. I really like Jimmy John's bread in the sub, but like a good fresh bread. There's something to be said about sliced bread, right? But Pickleman's does a great job. Of course, you get a pickle with every meal. They do their own chips. They do their own soups. Very good. It's like a nice little deli place that's just here in the Midwest.
Do you know my favorite part about sandwich shops?
Nothing.
No, the pickle. I love the pickle.
Then you should definitely love Jimmy John's. They have a huge pickle.
I guess if we're going to rate pickles in sandwich shops, then
Maybe that's
I
the
would
next
probably-
top five.
That's-
Is
I would
top
put
five
Jimmy
pickle
John's
places.
at the top. I've never been to Pickleman's. I've never heard of Pickleman's.
Well, yeah, you've been gone for so long. It was.
I've been gone for so long. It's ancient history. But I'm going to assume that everything you said is correct and just go with it.
Yeah, any place where it's got good soups. That's a great deli sandwich shop. I love those places. Several more on my list to go. So, Draq. Oh God.
Speaking of going with it.
Speaking of, this is miserable. Why are we here? This is worse than the VR news. This is your list is worse than VR news.
We've reached the bottom of the barrel for top 5.
That's not even true. Like everyone else in the Patreon knew exactly what this was. Everyone has normal answers except you.
They
You
probably
couldn't even
actually
come up
like
with-
sandwiches.
Well, you like sandwiches.
Number 3, you may have to have a little bit of an imagination to go with me on this one. IHOP.
God damn it. This was the worst. This is the worst of all your picks. And
Besides the fact that there's actual sandwiches on the menu, it also has pigs in a blanket, which is basically a sandwich. Pigs in a blanket is you take a pancake and you wrap sausage up inside of it and make a sandwich out of it. And so I give to you IHOP as my number 3 favorite sandwich franchise.
Okay.
There's that sigh again.
So, pigs in a blanket, definitely not a sandwich. Delicious, but definitely not a sandwich.
They do have sandwiches at IHOP.
You're right.
They
You're
do.
right. They're like a Perkins or a Village Inn. I don't
Yeah,
know what
100%.
chains like that. Yeah,
Yep.
Okay, we're getting closer. We're absolutely getting closer. But a pigs in a blanket is not a sandwich. If you would have said like the club at IHOP, then I would have been totally fine with it. But instead, you went with pigs in a blanket. Okay, great. Okay. Well, so you've gotten your 3 for 3 of places that are not a sandwich shop and not a sandwich that you like there. So the sanctity of the top 5 is ruined. We're just going to move on. So
Why don't you rebuild the sanctity of the top 5 and tell us your number 3?
My number 3 is a place called Schlotsky's. And this place is so unbelievably good. They toast their sandwiches. They use a very interesting kind of bread here. It's not the sub. It's not sliced bread, but it's like a whole mini loaf of bread that's the size of a sandwich. And so they cook these fresh every day. And then they slice them in half and they put your toppings in this like loaf of bread. It's big. Don't get me wrong. The portions are big. Like you could get 2 meals out of one sandwich if you really wanted to. But I don't because I eat the whole damn thing. And they've got like a house sandwich. I can't remember if they call it the Schlotsky's or whatever they call it, but it's just a ton of great meat, a ton of great flavoring, and the bread is just killer. I feel like I know that this falls on deaf ears to you, Draq, but the bread really is a huge part of the sandwich. If the bread is great, the sandwich is usually great as well because you can't really change cold cut combo meats, right? It really comes down to the bread and the toppings and your overall atmosphere, things like that. So Schlotsky's really knocks it out of the park. This is a place, unfortunately, that is kind of like, it's a little too pricey, even though the sandwich is quality and really good. But like people in this economy are not paying that kind of money for a sandwich anymore. So I think we're only down to like 1 or 2 here in Omaha, and that makes me real sad because I used to have one real close and it closed down. But still several across the United States. So hopefully the economy will pick it back up and we can have sandwiches again.
I'm not the only one that doesn't want to pay $18 for a sandwich.
It's pretty ridiculous. Like that's a little out of people's minds to think that. Don't get me wrong, the quality of the sandwich is great, but like I paid $10 for that sandwich 5 years ago, right? Like it's just getting too much to be too much.
You know what my favorite thing is about Schlotsky's?
Oh, you've been to one?
I've been to one. Yep.
Oh, nice. Yeah. What is it?
Saying the name. That's
Oh,
my
yeah.
favorite thing. It's
Also,
so fun
the
to
soups.
say.
They make a great Wisconsin cheddar soup.
Oh yeah.
too.
No, I
Oh.
do remember the soups. The soups were definitely good.
Yep.
Yep,
Big fan.
no,
Big
real
fan.
good.
Now, speaking of being a big fan, I am a big fan of your number 2. This is one
Yeah,
of
we
my favorite
finally
places.
found what he likes. Yes.
Yeah. So go ahead and
I honestly thought this was going to be on your list.
It probably should have been, but I was more thinking classic sandwiches, not like, well, I'm just going to let you get into it.
Perfect. My number 2 is Arby's. I love roast beef sandwich. And when I go to Arby's, I don't get the little regular one. I say double that meat because I want more sandwich, more roast beef than bread on my sandwich. And I also want it smothered in that ridiculous cheese that's not actually cheese. It's some kind of chemicals that's mixed up in the back with radioactive material. But I don't care because it's delicious and I want more of it. And I want it, a lot of it all the time.
A lot of people think that the beef and cheese has Arby's sauce on it because it has a little like red sauce to it, and that is not the case. It is a completely different sauce that is not Arby's sauce, and I have no idea what it's called, but it's like a red sauce, but it's not Arby's sauce. They don't put Arby's sauce on the beef and cheddar. It's its own separate concoction that goes in with that cheese to make it so delicious. I love it. So
I don't know what it
sloppiest
is,
sandwiches,
but
ever
it's
of all
glorious.
time.
I'll even eat a regular roast beef sandwich without cheese.
That's what I usually get there. Is just their regular roast beef.
Yeah.
And I love that
Still
they have
good.
it in different sizes of meats. Like if I want a pound of roast beef, I order the pound sandwich. So great.
Right.
So great.
Now, they do have other weird sandwiches that they try to trick you into buying.
They do have deli sandwiches, which are good.
And
I know you don't like them, but they
they're
are good.
garbage. No,
they're good.
And they have like, I don't know, they just got all kinds of other weird stuff. I think I saw like a hamburger on one of the things.
They
last time
did do a Wagyu burger for a while. And
that's what it was.
Was terrible. I love Arby's. Everything about Arby's is wonderful. I don't know how Nathan hates it, but he does for some reason. But this Wagyu burger was 100% trash. Like they have the meats, but it cannot be hamburger. Literally just everything else Arby's.
Dude.
Even fish. I even will order their fish outside of Lent Fridays.
No, don't order the fish.
It's
just
good.
stick with what you're good at, man. Your roast beef place. Really, you only need 2 things on the menu. The question is do you want curly fries or regular fries? Do you want cheese or no cheese? And what kind of soft drink do you want? That's it. That's it.
Don't even get me started on those fries. They made the biggest mistake of their lives and got rid of the potato cake. Do you remember the potato triangles?
The potato cake were good. The triangles, those are so good.
Those were the best things that Arby's ever had because they shouldn't be doing any fries. It should be curly or potato cakes. It should definitely not be home style fries. Get out with that stuff. I can't believe they got rid of the potato cakes. They even brought them back for a little while. They brought them back for like a month, and I went to Arby's probably 3 or 4 times that month just so I could have potato cakes and to yell at them for taking the potato cake away forever. You idiots. Bring that shit back, Arby's. I do agree with you that this is a great choice, but it does not belong on this list.
Well, it belongs on my list.
That's because your list sucks.
So what's your number 2?
This is a new one to me. This is within the last 2 years, this restaurant has come to Omaha and is called Penn Station, which was formerly called East Coast Subs. So probably all our East Coast listeners, which are probably about 5 people, have all eaten this East Coast Subs, but it's now called Penn Station. Draq, this is a sandwich you would like. This is a sandwich place you would love. I've got to get you out to Omaha to try this place. You will absolutely love it. What got me is I used to work near one, and when they first opened up, they plastered their window with a picture of their signature sandwich, which is their take on the Philly. And it was so unbelievably good. It might be the best Philly I've ever had. Now, I've never been to Philadelphia to have one of those Cheese Whiz Phillies, which I've heard are just absolutely wonderful. But this has got to be as close as it gets to it. On top of that, Draq, they toast every sandwich that you can order. So you can have them cold. You can have them toasted. They've got their own signature lemonade, which I know you love. And on top of that, they take, when you order fries, because it's not a chip place, it's a fry place, they take a whole potato out of the potato bin, put it in the fry slicer, and press the potato through square pieces that turn them into fries, and they fry them right on the spot for you. This place is so unbelievably good. Even you who hate sandwich places would absolutely love this place.
If I'm going to eat a sandwich, Philly cheesesteak with heavy on the cheese and heavy on the steak
Yeah,
is at the top of the list.
absolutely.
Yep. And it's almost not even a sandwich, really, the way I eat it. Like, it's kind of the bread is really an afterthought.
Fair. It's more like a bread bowl.
Yes,
With a Philly
exactly.
dip.
Yep. Yes, 100%. It's more just a vehicle.
Yeah,
And sometimes with my Philly cheesesteak, I'll just get like halfway through the sandwich and I'll just decide I'm done with the bread and I'll just start eating the meat and the cheese.
I understand. I totally get that. But this would not be the case with this bread.
Nice.
I'm telling you. Next time you're out here.
But I
we're hitting
also, yeah, absolutely. Because I also, as you know, love a good lemonade. I'm a huge lemonade connoisseur.
I know you do. This is your place. This is your place, Draq.
And are you kidding me? Cutting potatoes and frying them on the spot, that is right up my alley.
Yeah, no. It should just be called Dracco subs.
Okay. All right. You sold me. I will try it.
Okay,
100%.
sweet. Can't wait till you come out next.
Perfect.
All right. Well, let's just get this over with. Please list your number one for the people.
All right. My number one is, of course, amazing, but not open on Sundays. And that is, of course, Chick-fil-A. Because the chicken spicy sandwich is the best sandwich that there possibly is, even above a Philly cheesesteak. I love Chick-fil-A spicy chicken sandwiches. They are the best. I can eat like 4 if I allowed myself to, which I
That's
I
a
can't.
lot.
I can't anymore. I'm too old for that. But
Yeah.
if I were to just be like, throw caution to the wind, that's probably what I'd do.
If you were ready to have a heart attack.
Yeah,
you
I
were
was
just
ready to go.
Heart
I was ready
attack
to go.
via Chick-fil-A sandwich.
Chick-fil-A sandwiches. So Chick-fil-A number one spicy chicken sandwich knocked it out of the park. Probably another winner for me, but I'm going to stay humble on this one.
Okay, great. I'll be honest with you. You couldn't have named a worse number one for me.
What? What are you
I
talking
hate
about?
Chick-fil-A.
Oh, what are you talking about?
Their biscuits are always dry. Their chicken is always dry.
Maybe just the one you're at's no good.
Maybe. It's barely edible, in my opinion.
What
barely
are you
edible.
talking about?
I just don't like it.
Dude, I think the one you're at just sucks because the ones out here in Washington, real good.
Well, it was invented in Atlanta, so I should like it. I should be. I mean, the reason I go to Home Depot over Lowe's is because Arthur Blank owned Home Depot for a long time. He has since given it up. So I have Atlanta loyalty through the roof for a Nebraskan, and I can't bring myself to go to Chick-fil-A. It's just so bad.
All right. Well, you have no loyalty to Chick-fil-A, but you do have loyalty to your number one. So why don't you lay it on us?
I do. And I love this place. And a little preface to this one. The reason that this is number one is because of the atmosphere. All these sandwiches are wonderful. I could eat these sandwiches every day for the rest of my life and be totally fine with it because they've got enough sandwich selection that I would never get tired of them. But the number one, and the reason why it's number one, and my number one is a place called Witch. And the reason it's number one is because I don't have to deal with any of the bullshit that I have to deal with all these other sandwich places. So picture this, Draq. You walk into the sandwich place. As soon as you walk into, probably to your left, is a place where you go and you see a bunch of different bags on the wall. And each bag is a different genre of sandwich. And each genre of sandwiches has anywhere from 4 to 6 different types of that sandwich. So if you're feeling like a beef sandwich, you grab the beef bag. If you're feeling like a chicken bag sandwich, you grab the chicken bag. And then it gives you a list of 4 to 6 different chicken sandwiches that they can make to your pleasing. They have anywhere from 10 to 12 different bags, different genre of bags at any given time, which is just unbelievable selection. Sometimes I'm feeling the seafood bag, which is wonderful. Just because that's like tuna, which is some of my favorite, but it's also like crab sandwich, stuff like that. I ate at this place so much that I got to know the people. That's how much I love this place. And they would let me start to kind of how I do at McDonald's, where I like to mess with the menu. I would start putting sandwiches together. The sandwich that they knew me for was they have a gyro type sandwich or a gyro type sandwich and the seafood sandwich. So I did a surf and turf sandwich. And it has been a while. It's been a while since I've been to it because I used to work out way across the other side of Omaha, and there was one next to there, and there's not one near me now. So to go to a which I have to drive like a solid half hour to get to it. Anyway, that's besides the point. But now I just looked at their menu in preparation for the show, and they now have the surf and turf sandwich. They literally took my sandwich and made it into a sandwich that is one of the genres of the bags. So I am just over the moon to see that. They are forever my number one sandwich place of all time is Which. If you can find one, if you're near one, you know. And if you know, you know. And they're the best. Sorry, forgive me, Jack, for going off on a tangent, but I wanted to finish up this little bag thing. And so instead of you talking to the asshole that takes your order, you literally mark down everything on the bag so they can't fuck it up. So you choose the right sandwich you want. You choose all the toppings you want. There's no mistake. You add your bacon, you add whatever else you want on there. You give the bag to the person behind the counter. They ring it up. They charge you. They put the bag on the line, and the sandwich artist makes it exactly to your specifications, and you can like write whatever you want to. So if you want light mayo or if you want double bacon or whatever it is you want, you just write it on the bag and it's perfect every time. How could you go wrong with this? The atmosphere of this place is better than any sandwich shop of all time. The sandwiches that they have there are better than any sandwiches of all these places that I've listed that you know that I love, that I'm very passionate about because, I'm a heavy set man and I love my food. So you know that I'm passionate about all these places. And this is the number one. If you have a Which close to you, look it up, find it, go to it, and enjoy. Enjoy the best sandwich, 100% correct, to your liking every time.
You know what I hate more than sandwiches?
The way I describe these places?
No.
Oh, okay.
I hate sandwich chains. You know why? Because the dumb person behind the counter is holding my food and they look like they're A, holding it for ransom, and B, that they're judging me for everything that I put on it. Like,
not this place.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
This is a brilliant idea. I don't want to move from section A to section B and have them explain to me what my options are. Checking things on a bag and choosing a bag color, it sounds amazing. Like
real man of genius.
I don't have to sit there and have some teenager judge me for wanting extra pickles, right? And just like looking at me like, what are you gonna do with it? I'm like, no, I just give me what I want.
Exactly. And the best part is when you really tip their fancy, they'll let you know. They'll be like, this is a great sandwich. I'm going to get this later today. Like that's all the human interaction I want other than swiping my card and getting my cup for a soda. That's it. That's all the human interaction I want when I get my sandwich. And unless the dude is like, this is a great sandwich and I'm going to try this. So thank you for ordering this. And no problem, buddy. Enjoy. I'm going to enjoy it right now. I hope you enjoy it in 3 hours at your lunch break.
And please don't talk to me while I'm sitting over here.
Exactly. Leave me the fuck alone.
Enjoy my sandwich.
I love this place, Draq. I was so blown away when I first went to it. It's just such an ingenious idea. I don't know why every place doesn't do this. It's so good.
Can we get this system with like other types of food? Can I do this?
Exactly. There should always be a bag. You walk in, you mark your bag, and you get your food and you leave, and it's perfect every time.
I don't want to talk to people anymore. I
Yep.
just don't.
Just give me my food and let me get the fuck out. That's
All
exactly right.
Well, speaking of not wanting to talk to people, maybe we should get to the Patreon.
All right. Yep. Thank you, Witch, for being so wonderful. All right. Let's play the sound there, Draq.
Biddle-de-doo, biddle-de-doo, biddle-de-doo.
Yes. Okay. Let's get the rundown. This time, you know what? This time we're gonna start with Dwimble, who's usually has.
Oh wait, are we sure that we're safe and approved to do that?
Yes.
Okay,
Yep.
just
This
making
is
sure.
this is a good list. This is a solid list. Though most of our Patreons clearly don't go to sandwich places like I do, and especially that you don't. So let's just run this down. Firehouse, fine. It's, to me, Firehouse is like a step above Subway. And I like Subway. It's not great. It's certainly not healthy like they used to advertise that it was. But none of these places are. Cold cut meats are full of preservatives and terrible things for you. So if you think that this is a quote unquote healthier option, you are absolutely wrong. Firehouse just above Subway for me, but still edible because I'll go eat Subway. I don't have any problems with it. They just put a ton of sugar in their bread and that's fine. You know, it is what it is. All right, so Firehouse good. Potbelly is a chain that is in Nebraska. I've had Potbelly sandwiches before. It's very similar to a Schlotsky's, where it's more of a deli, but they load their sandwiches with meat. So it's a real good one. Potbelly is very good. But the honorable mention for me is Dwimble's number 3, which is Jason's Deli. If you know what a muffaletta is, you are awesome. A muffaletta is a sandwich that originated in Louisiana, and what makes it stand out above all sandwiches is that they use this olive mixture. They mix both black and green olives together, and it put a thin layer on top of all the meats that go on that sandwich. So unbelievably good. I don't know of any other place that even serves a muffaletta, and Jason's Deli is great. The only issue with Jason's Deli is that it's a cafeteria style place. You're always surrounded by a bunch of people that do like the buffet-esque sort of thing. So like you order your sandwich and there's like a salad bar. And so there's always people getting up to do the salad bar thing. And I don't like that. I want my sandwich shop to be kind of small and quaint. You eat your sandwich and get out. This is a place where you linger. Okay, I've had my salad bar. Now I'm going to eat my sandwich. Now I'm going to get my soft serve ice cream, and I've got to get my refill on my soda 1,000 times. And so it's the up and the down. Like it's an hour and a half experience to eat at Jason's Deli, unless you're ordering out. The other great thing with Jason's Deli is their soups. Oh my God. They make a chicken pot pie soup once in a while. It's not like in their always staple of soups, but if you get lucky, you can find the chicken pot pie soup, and it is so good. Anyway, Jason's Deli, great. That is definitely my honorable mention. Its only downfall is that it's a cafeteria. Jersey Mike's, I hate Jersey Mike's. I'm not going to lie. And his number 1 is Quiznos. And the reason I don't like these places is they put that juice on the bread and it ruins the bread. I just can't do it. The reason that Quiznos no longer exists is because of that juice. I'm certain. Their sandwiches taste funky because of it. And this is going to pop up in multiple Patreons. I know you're all seeing it right now.
I didn't realize that. I didn't realize they put the juice on the but
so
I
bad.
don't like Quiznos like at all. I think that's and I would agree that it tastes funky, and I just didn't know the reason why that was so.
Yep, they put this blend of oils and spices on your bread, and it's terrible. And some people really loved it, clearly, because Dwimble put it as his number 1, Archbishops put it as number 1, and Screech had it as his number 3. People loved Quiznos, and it wasn't just because of those crazy ads that they did with the googly eye furry things that they did. People liked these sandwiches, but clearly not enough to keep it open. So more people didn't like it as opposed to the people that did like it. But the people that did like it really, really liked it. It's fine. Quiznos, Jersey Mike's, I'm out on both of those. I'd much rather have any of those other 3 that Dwimble put. Moving on, we've spent enough time on that list. I'm not going to spend this kind of time on anybody else's because everyone else is meh. Archbishops, Jimmy John's, great number 5. Just kind of like, I would say Jimmy John's is like the bar. Right? Like if you can't hit a level at Jimmy John's at minimum, you don't just get out, right? And so Jimmy John's good, Firehouse good, Potbelly great, Ike's I've never heard of. So hopefully someone in the comments, maybe Archbishops is in the chat right now, although I think he works, so he never gets to listen to it live. But if anyone knows what Ike's is, please tell me. I have no idea. Hopefully it's better than Quiznos, because Quiznos is being his number one. Just he's so stupid. Quiznos is so gross. Anyway, people die on the hill for Quiznos, and I don't understand why it's so bad. On to Screech. Subway, below the bar, but acceptable. He actually put your Arby's, Draq. Look at this. Someone else agreed with you that Arby's
I didn't even
belonged on the
catch
list.
that. Good job, Screech. Yes. Killing it. I also, Panera in a pinch.
Sure.
Soup
Which
bowls.
is Screech's number one.
Bread
Yep.
bowls are real good. I like the Panera bread bowls.
I think what it is for Panera for me, it's not that the food is bad, it's that the atmosphere is bad. I will say this. Their bagels, though, that cinnamon crunch bagel that you can only get at Panera might be the greatest bagel of all time. So good on Panera for making that one bagel. Bad on Panera for I feel like I don't belong there. I don't belong in a Panera.
Oh, that kind of the ambiance.
There you go. Thank you, Draq. That's the word. I hate the ambiance of the Panera.
It is a little hoity-toity.
I don't like it.
Yeah, it's all like we're better than you because we eat artesian breads.
I'm so glad you came up with that so I could cut out all the bullshit that I was trying to say.
Absolutely.
Oh,
I am
thank
here
you.
for you.
I appreciate that. But you're 100% right. It's that ambiance. It's just not inviting. I don't like it. It is what it is. Screech put it as his number one. That's fine. Maybe he has his pinkies up the whole time, and that's just Screech.
Maybe we've read Screech all wrong, and he's just this high society Panera bread sandwich eater.
Yeah, I mean, or he just really likes their soups, which is likely what the possibility is. So, last but not least, Zip, who is redeeming himself from his list of last week where he said Jack Black was in Shrek and Schoolhouse Rock. So number 5, Subway. Subway gets a lot of bad rap, especially now, post Jared, post the tuna scandal that they had, if you remember that one, where they were saying it was 100% tuna, but then people tested it and it was like 0% tuna. I'm sure now, wink, wink, it's 100% tuna. Let's go test it again.
Totally not 30% dolphin.
Yeah, exactly. I still like Subway. I'll still eat a Subway sandwich. Their breakfast used to be really good. I think they stopped serving breakfast a long time ago, but it was not like the most healthy thing, but I just really enjoyed it. Like they had already pre-made frozen egg that they just put in the microwave and they toasted it. I was fine with that. Right up there with McDonald's, right? Like it's not any worse than that. Their cheese is always good. Their bread was good. They used like a pita bread on that thing and it was really good. I didn't mind it. A little ham and cheese and egg in the morning. It was good. It was a good breakfast sandwich. I didn't mind it. I ate it for lunch too because I like breakfast all the time. So Subway's fine. Panera, the opposite of Subway. Like everything about Panera is the opposite of Subway. Quality ingredients, quality food, hoity-toity atmosphere. I'd much rather be in a Subway. I don't care. I'll eat a $5 footlong any day over a Panera just to stay out of the Panera building. So, so Subway 5, Panera number 4, Jimmy John's number 3, great number 3, Jersey Mike's 2, and number 1, Firehouse. I can't go wrong with Firehouse subs. It's a quality sub that's made by firefighters, or that was initially funded by a firefighter that retired and made a sandwich and called it Firehouse, which is great. So yeah, Jack, you are clearly the last place of every list that was given today.
You know what my favorite part is?
What's that?
That we're done. We are finished with sandwiches, and I never have to do this again.
Shut it down.
Before you leave, we've one final word. Before you've forgotten all that you've heard, there is a moment evergreen. Stay here a while and listen to me.
All right, clearly timeless. You've talked way more about sandwiches this week than you have about Pantheon.
We're 20 minutes for Pantheon. 2 hours of sandwich talk.
We have turned into a John Cusack movie that only talks about top lives lists because you are obsessed with things.
I am. You're right. I am that character. So that's fine. I like that movie, High Fidelity, and I like our top 5 list too. Sorry, everybody, for turning this podcast into not a Pantheon podcast, but when the news is slow, you get quality top 5s like this one.